Hi everyone. If you're familiar with expanding one bracket, expanding two brackets is a simple step forward. To expand two brackets, multiply each term in the first bracket, here's the first bracket here, by the second bracket, and then use distributive order to finish the expansion. So in a plus b times c plus d, multiply a by the whole bracket, that's what we've done here, and then multiply b by the whole bracket, which is what we've done here, and then expand it using distributive law. A times c, a times d, b times c, b times d, removing the multiplication symbols, ac plus ad plus bc plus bd. Now, this looks very much like a quadratic in factored form. So if we made it into a quadratic in factored form, here's a quadratic expression in factored form. The only difference is we now have an a out the front. So all I'm going to do is multiply the a into one of the brackets. So that becomes ax plus ah, that's here. And now it just looks like this expression here. And then we multiply the parts out. Ax times this whole bracket, that's here. Ah by this whole bracket, that's here. And then multiply it through. Ax squared, axk, ahx, ahk. Now we just simplify this middle term and we have a factored form expression in standard form. So that's the y. Let's look at the what. Here's a quadratic expression. We multiply x by the whole bracket, and then 2 by the whole bracket, 2 by the whole bracket, and then expand this expression here. X times x gives x times x, x times 3, 2 times x, 2 times 3 gives me this. Multiply this out, x squared, 3x, 2x, 6. Simplify, these two get collected together, x squared plus 5x plus 6, finished. Next one, this one has a negative symbol in it, so we have to be a little bit careful. X times this whole bracket, negative 2 times this whole bracket. There's the first part. Here's the negative 2 times that whole bracket. This is how it expands. X times x is here. 3 times x is here. Negative 2 times x is here. Negative 2 times 3 is here. Then we end up with x squared, 3x, negative 2x, negative 6. Being careful with our negative signs. 3x take 2x is x, so we get x squared plus x take 6. Next step. Here's a negative x expression. It's interesting to note that if we wanted this in factored form, we would take negative 1 outside, and this would become x plus 2, x take 2 I should say. It's now in factored form. Here's our a is negative 1. We've now got the x's at the front. A is negative 1, we've got the x's at the front. We've got the things at the back. We can now find the x-intercepts easily. But these two expressions are equivalent. All we've done is rearrange this bit to get a out the front. But anyway, we can work with this expression here. We don't actually have to modify it at all to expand it. 2 times this whole bracket, 2 times this whole bracket, negative x times this whole bracket, negative x times this whole bracket gives us 2x plus 6 take x squared take 3x. That gives me this line here. Rearranging it in standard form, negative x squared out the front, 2x take 3x gives me negative x plus 6. Have to be a little bit careful with this 2x take 3x. The sign for the 3x is the one immediately in front of it. Here's another one. Now to expand this expression, we could do it two ways. In fact, we're going to do it two different ways in both of these examples. In this one, I'm going to multiply the 2 inside the bracket, then expand the bracket. In this case, I'm going to do the 2 at the very end. Either way is okay, because with multiplication, order is not important. So here we go. 2 times x plus 6, that's this part here. leaving x plus 4. I'm going to expand this in one step. I'm not going to do this intermediate step this time. So 2x squared plus 8x, that's this part, 6x plus 24. Simplifying this middle one. Incorrectly by the looks of it. Yep. 8x plus 6x is 14x. 2x squared plus 14x plus 24. Brilliant. Now, in this example, rather than multiplying the 2 into this bracket, I'm going to do it at the very end. I'm just going to do this first. So 2x times 3 gives me 6x. 2x times negative x gives me negative 2x squared. 4 times 3 gives me 12. 4 times negative x gives me negative 4x. I haven't dealt with this 2 yet, so I'm just going to put it out the front so that I remember to do it later on, which is why it's still sitting here. Simplify this bracket, put it into standard form or as close to it as I can for now. Negative 2x squared. 6x take 4x is 2x plus 12. Multiply the 2 through the bracket. Negative 4x squared, positive 4x, positive 24. There it is there. Last one. I'm just going to keep the negative 2 out the front, multiply the rest out. 3x, 12, negative x squared, negative 4x, multiplying the negative 2 through the bracket. Simplifying the middle first. X squared to the front. Here's a mistake. 3x take 4x is negative x. And leaving 12 on the end. Now, multiplying this through, negative times negative is positive, 2x squared, negative times negative is positive, so positive 2x, negative times negative is negative, negative 24. Now, you've seen even when I'm doing this carefully to prepare the examples for you, I do make the occasional mistake. So it's worth checking your answer at the end to make sure that you haven't done anything silly. And if you do it step by step, the answer should have come out. Well, hopefully that helps, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks, everyone.